Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good morning, Philippines. You're watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. I'm your host, Dr. John Cenica for What's Up, Doc? Yes, it's a nice morning. Today we will be discussing, it's all about business, different kind of business like hospital business. But before anything else, I would like to introduce to you my new co-host. She is a medical technology graduate from the University of Santo Tomas and a copywriter from advertising agency, and of course, a musician, a singer who specializes in bossa nova. Okay, no other than Miss Sophia MOZO. Hi, good morning, Sophia.
Good morning.
I know. Maybe later on, Sophia will give us a number, maybe just
A
sample of her voice. It's all about bossa nova. But alam mo, Sophia, we have a very nice topic. It's all about business regarding hospital administration, and we have two experts who will tell us about what's all about hospital business and the hospitals they are building here in Metro Manila and Luzon. Okay, so I'm very excited about this topic.
Me too. I think a lot of people don't really know like the ins and outs of how to build a business, and it's important that we know kasi syempre pondo natin yung kalusugan natin, so it's important that we know at least a little bit and why it is important that we have this like hospital business. So it's also an interesting topic, and I'm also very excited, Doc. So,
correct. Yes. Now we'll introduce you I could say the ones in charge of the structurals, the buildings, and the interiors. The one in charge of the construction part of the hospital. That's his specialty. No other than, of course, he's also a counselor of a certain town named Margondon in Cavite. And also he's the board of director of the League of Counselors. Yes. No other than good-looking engineer Lito Angeles. Good morning, Lito.
Good morning, Doc. And then lahat po sa nanonood po ng What's Up, Doc.
Yes.
Good morning po sa lahat.
Okay. Now, of course, alam mo, this guy, this fellow is a we grew up together, and he is the president of the GENTRI Doctors Medical Centers at marami pang ospital. Imus Medical Center, siya din ang presidente for the second term, no? And his specialty is he's an internist with subspecialty on lung diseases, or pulmonologist, no? A very good doctors, of course, my brothers also in the fraternity, Beta Sigma. No other than Dr. Ricardo Beroncal. Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Cenica. Good morning.
Yes, okay. So let's start the ball rolling, Sophia. And we know that hospital business is a very, it's like more than managing a big building, the maintenance, the administration, of course, the marketing, and all the supplies. Alam mo, napaka complicated yung business na yan, but maraming factors, Sophia. And Engineer Lito Angeles, how do you started having this kind of business? I mean, the hospital construction.
Actually, first time I started sa medical center, it was also with Dr. Beroncal. Actually, parang naging naging ika nga parang kung saan nahiligan ko na yung pag-ano ng hospital. So although last time kami nag-start nito, siyempre para akong medical sila, then after that, nakapunta ako sa linya ng hospital.
So is this really your 40, as a good 40, as being plus being a counselor of your town in Maragondon. Yeah. How do you manage your time being at the same time in charge of the construction and at the same time being a politician and a counselor? Yeah.
Actually, may tinatawag nga kami in our group, no, 24 cage, no, tinatawagan namin. So, dinidivide namin, time management lang.
Okay, time management is very important, Sophia.
It must have been a challenge at first kasi, di ba, ang daming responsibilities when it comes to
Actually, in hospital naman talagang service mo nga is to community.
Yes.
Being a counselor.
But it's goes hand in hand, no? Having a community service and community service din naman yung building up a hospital. But you know, building up like a commercial center and building up a hospital, will there be any problem or any differences with having a commercial? And because we know that in hospital construction, there's ang mga connections yan different because we have different lights, operating rooms, you know, the mga pipings, electrical pipings, and oxygen pipings.
A lot of requirements.
A lot of in comparison with some of the commercials, we're just probably building up electrical connections for mga computers. How do you differentiate building up a hospital, especially in the one that you're building up right now, the Gentri Doctors Medical Center? Yes.
Actually, malaki ang difference between the commercial and the hospital. Kasi siyempre, hospital, health service ang yung sinaservice mo.
Yes.
While the commercial is mostly pang ika nga is layaw ng mga lahat ng ating mga
Correct.
So, here in hospital, siyempre, there's a different services, auxiliary services. Nandito yung mga ika nga, nandun ng pharmacy, nandun ng auxiliary ng CT scan. Napakalaki ng difference between the commercial.
And it's more sensitive. Yeah. Because you're handling life
Yes.
No, minsan magkamali ka na siguro sa voltahe ng voltage of the electrics, medyo it might be a life threat.
Yes.
No?
That's correct.
You know, si Sophia is also a medical technologist, diba? And that's why you're one of my hosts because you know about medical management also in the laboratory naman. Alam mo itong isang guest natin, he is a doctor. He is my parang we grew up together and I was surprised that when I know presidente pala siya ng two big hospitals in Cavite, no, which is the Medical Center Imus and the Gentri Doctors Medical Center. And I could say that how did you started, Brad? I could say I call him Brad kasi he's my also
very close to you.
Yeah, and he's my brother in the fraternity, no. And he's also at the same time busy in his practice as a pulmonologist. So how did you started being involved in this hospital business?
Actually, initially I was invited to join in forming up a hospital.
Okay.
Then from there, we handled or I was appointed in the different positions in the hospital. Up to a point na I got the highest position as the president of Medical Center Imus. Now, in this Gentri Doctors Medical Center, I was asked by a fellow doctor how to build the hospital in their locality.
Okay.
So I asked him to bring me a group of doctors. Then we talked together and we started talking about the points in building up a hospital, and we decided to push through with the project.
All those meetings and
several meetings.
Yeah, it needs a lot of. I know, in managing a business, you're not only managing a business, but the corporation itself. Forming group of probably investors. The question is, do you need to be a doctor? I mean, a physician or medically inclined to be involved in hospital business, Dr. Beroncal?
Not really. You need a doctor, but you also need people who knows how to construct a building, like Engineer Angeles.
Oh yeah, okay.
And others in the business sector, because you're going to handle the billing section.
Correct.
And some finances of the hospital. You need an accountant. There are other administrative positions available in the hospital.
Yeah.
It doesn't really necessarily to be a doctor in building up a hospital.
So what would you say would be like the core group that you need to be able to do this kind of project?
Right.
The core group must be composed of doctors, not really businessmen.
Yes, yes.
The core group must be a doctor,
Yes.
but we can accept other professions in building up a hospital.
So
But yeah, in your experience, I know that he's very busy in his practice as pulmonologist, and become it's like an administrator. Did you take like a business course in hospital administration or a master's degree in something like in business administration, Dr. Beroncal?
Okay, our group is on our last semester and masters in hospital administration.
Oh,
We're
okay.
taking up masters in hospital administration. Our group in EMUS, about 20 of us, are now enrolled in the course. So we mix the theoretical and the practical side of managing a hospital.
Managing a hospital.
And it's very rewarding.
Oh,
That's
so it's very
nice.
important. Kasi alam mo kami mga doctor, we are the poorest businessman.
Poorest
Because
businessman.
we are very busy, Sophia,
nice way
in
to
our
say
practice, and even in during our medical school years, you don't have any course in computer. If I remember, and we don't even talk about accounting
I
or
come to think of
numbers.
it, yes.
Di ba?
Yeah.
And now you're involved to a corporate world as a doctor. So you must really have a background
Yes,
in business management. It's not only managing a restaurant. Say you must be an HRM, di ba? Or hotel restaurant. But this one, there's no such a thing as parang doctor's corporate thing, or probably
Yes,
you
yes.
have to study a master's degree in something in a business administration. Okay, now I know you're Sophia, they're building up a hospital right
Yeah,
now.
I saw it.
It's
It's a pretty
located
plan.
in General
Yeah,
Trias.
yes.
Oo. And I know that there was like a launching of their hospital in somewhere. It is in the heart of Cavite.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before anything else, I would like to tell to our televiewers that they could text their questions.
Yes, please text your questions.
At 0922-891-6761. And we are broadcasting live here in Global News Network. So we could answer right away any question regarding hospital management, hospital business. And
Yes,
if you really
please.
want to get involved in the business regarding hospitals, the good thing here is that, Dr. Beroncal, if I am an investor, I would like to invest in your hospital at Gentri Doctors. How do you start doing it? As a master's degree in hospital administration.
Okay. There are two types of investor in our hospital. We have the founders or the major stockholders and the Class B or the regular stockholders of the hospital. The founders are the group of people that manages the hospital, and the Class B are the ones that's going to benefit later on once the hospital has been erected and it's functional. So there are some benefits for a doctor who will join as a common stockholder, and there will be also benefits for non-doctors who's going to join the
Let's say
hospital.
if I am a doctor and she is not,
Yes.
what will be my benefits if I will be a investor to your hospital, and what are the things that I could get as a doctor, and I want to practice to your hospital at Gentri Doctors Medical Center?
As all the doctors,
The medical point of view.
okay, as doctors, they all know that starting a practice is very hard.
Yes,
So
yes.
once you become a member of this medical center, you will have a forum or a place where you can practice your craft as a doctor. That will be a big benefit for you.
Yes.
Then you will have a chance to be given patients by the hospital. You can handle health insurance patients of the hospital.
Okay.
You can do procedures in the hospital. That's one of the benefits of being a member as a doctor.
Yes.
There will also be benefits like pre-hospitalizations, room and board. You will have discounts on all the amenities of the hospital.
Okay.
And later on, once the hospital is earning, there are also some dividends available for you.
Oh, so
It's
you're
a
not
lot of benefits.
only allowed to be a
Yes.
practicing the hospital, but other than making money from, of course, or the professional fee, and you have dividends.
Yes.
On top of that, you can acquire your when you join early, you can acquire your stocks at a lower price. Then later on, if you're not going to practice anymore, or you're leaving the country, you can sell it even at a higher price.
Oh, maybe you can double the.
Yes, the market value.
Yes,
will
the
go
market
up.
value goes up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that would be a big benefit for doctors, especially. Ano mo yung mga doctors, ano yung mga those doctors who study medicine, they have parents who wants to, other than investing it to something like putting it in a bank, tapos biglang nagsarado yung bangko, you know,